Hey guys, what's up? It's PokeJon here again, and this is going to be another random showdown battle for you. I know, bit of variety. Ha! This is going to be a Pidgeotto, Frostlass, P-Dove, Ludicolo, Basculin, and Gigalith team that I've been given, so to speak, and that's going to be pitched against the Wingull, Feebas, Ponyta, Corphish, Carablast, and Hitmonchan team that you can see on the screen now. It's quite an eventful match, and Gigalith plays a great role, being a tremendous wall as per usual, so I'll let the battle speak for itself. So out comes Big Giga, and he's by himself there with Wingull, and that's going to be a really bad matchup, so I'm going to switch straight out to Frostlass to take a predicted water type move, and luckily for me I don't actually get burnt on this turn, so I go straight for the T-Wave, which is a great move all round, and Wingull actually gets Power Hack straight away from this, so I take the opportunity to set up some spikes, and he's going to go straight in for the U-turn, which is a great play to try and carry on some of that momentum. So out comes Feebas, and knowing that this thing's really about as far away from a threat as you can get, I just go for another T-Wave, cripple it even more, and then actually get Toxiced, which turns out to be a really good play on his part, but I will now use the opportunity to set up spikes while he presumably goes for the Toxic Stall. So I predict to Protect, I think, next turn. Yep, there's the Protect, and in comes another layer of spikes because I've really got nothing to worry about with this Feebas just yet. So there's the T-Bolt, knowing that he's not going to protect twice in a row. He goes straight for the Scald, and there's no burn risk now, of course, because I'm now toxically poisoned. So I'm going to take the opportunity to switch out and keep Frostlass as a fodder mechanism for the team. So in comes Basculin on the predicted Protect again, so I get a free switch in, no damage, and I go straight for the Crunch. Basculin is actually a really good Pokemon. I didn't really realise how underrated it is until I had a check. It's really quick, serious attacking stat, and if you let this thing set up, this thing will go through teams. It's got a couple of great abilities that it's got access to as well. Unfortunately though, I'm going to sack that Basculin off to a Wingull of all things, and just finish off with my Frostlass Ice Beam, which I now outspeed with because of the Para. So of course I'm going to leave Frostlass in to die right now. Unfortunately though, Ponyta makes a great move there and goes for the Flame Charge, allowing itself to get a 1.5 times speed boost, which really wouldn't make a difference anyway because that thing is fast as hell by nature. So weirdly the Ponyta is going to go straight for the Wild Charge this time, which is not going to be very effective, and I will get put to sleep, which as you'll see later on in this match is not a rare occurrence. So I go straight for the Stealth Rocks on my first turn wake, which is lucky enough, and predicting the Water type I go straight into Ludicolo, who takes that like a champ. So I believe I take this opportunity to Toxic the Corphish and let it get a 2 times attack boost using Sword Stance. Unfortunately, me thinking that this thing can set up all day without being able to touch my Ludicolo, I missed the opportunity to predict the Superpower, which of course came my way and was at Oko. Great move on my opponent's part. It's definitely the way to play with a Corphish, I guess. And I have to do some research into the Pokemon and see if I can use that at some point myself when I start making a team. Okay, so in comes P-Dove, and I go straight for the Detect just to try and Toxic Stall out that Corphish to death. And in comes Ponyta again, and at this point I believe I go for the Return. Yeah, I was going to say Endeavour there. Yeah, you go straight for the Return, and that does a solid chunk of damage, more than I expected. And living the Wild Charge, what I should have done here is really gone for another another Return, but instead I go for the U-turn and get put to sleep again by the Gigalith. Unfortunately, Gigalith is just slumbering all day, but he manages to pull off another first turn wake because he's a boss and misses the Rock Blast, which isn't ideal. In the meantime, Ponyta's going to pull all of its HP back with a couple of Morning Suns, and this time I'm going to get, I believe it's the first turn wake again, and go straight for the EQ this time, get a solid 95% damage, and that Wild Charge is going to finish off his own Ponyta, which makes things easy for me. So this Carablast comes in, and I'm going to go straight for the Rock Blast to take advantage of that weakness, surviving a Mega Horn because he takes that like a champ, of course. He's such a wall. That's going to be a solid 2-hit KO once stealth and spike damage is done. So in comes Hitmonchan, and predicting a Mach Punch, I'm not sure what I was going to go for, but he actually goes for the CC, so maybe this set didn't carry a Mach Punch because CC seems to be the worst choice here. bit of overkill really. And then the Ice Punch is going to take off this P-Dove nicely, and not sure if I was going to outspeed here, but I bring in Pidgeotto and go for the Brave Bird anyway. Luckily I do outspeed, and that's going to be a solid one-hit KO regardless of the stat drop or not. And as far as this battle's concerned, that'll be all she wrote. So thanks for watching, guys, really appreciate that, and I'll see you again next time.